Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another how-to in Windows 10 by Master of Pwnage. Today we're going to be optimizing drives in Windows 10, also known as disk defragmentation. So it's pretty easy to do. All you got to do is go to the Start menu, type in DEFR for defrag, and it should pop up defragment and optimize drives. This will open up an application called Optimize Drives. What you're going to do is click on each drive and hit Analyze. After you've analyzed each drive, it'll show you the percentage of fragmentation for that drive. Now, Windows 10 considers 10% fragmentation bad, and that's when they recommend doing defrag. I recommend doing this if you've got a chance, especially if you start to notice any kind of performance behavior. You might notice that there's not a lot of fragmentation as far as percentage goes, but there might be a performance hit the fuller your drive gets. So as you start reaching the peak of your drive storage, it's more and more critical that you keep it defragmented to keep it running well. So after you hit go, you tell it to actually optimize the drive. It's going to do another analysis, but this time it's doing a more deep analysis, and it's going to start the first pass. It will do multiple passes because it can't complete all of the operations and get it 0% to 0% fragmentation on that first pass, usually. So the first thing you're going to see is relocate. All it's doing during this step is actually moving files on the drive itself. So it's moving them around to create space to actually do the operations needed to get all of your files into one spot and the pieces of files all into one spot. So I've sped this up pretty significantly. It took about 50 minutes to complete it on my C drive. You can see on the right hand side I opened up Task Manager so you can see that it's working pretty hard even though it's stuck at 7%. For a pretty decent amount of time, but it still is working. It's moving drives or it's moving files around on the drive to create space to actually do the defragment operation on the hard drive. Now, if you're running an SSD, you should still optimize it in Windows 10. It's not going to defrag your SSD. That's actually bad for an SSD. What it's going to do is it's going to do a trim operation, which I don't want to get into here, but it is a critical operation to maintain your SSD drives. And it extends the life of your drive by running this operation. You can see here it does pass 5. It then moves to defragment after it does relocation. After defragmenting, it's going to do the next step, which is consolidation. So when it's consolidating, it's going to start moving the files on the drive around towards the beginning of the disk to make it quicker to access. After it's all done, your computer should run much more efficiently, have a quicker boot, and open up applications at a much quicker rate. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. I hope to catch you next time.